Hello people of the internet. Remember when we worked on this Fedora review service task, when we tried to run the Fedora review service for all the old tickets that were created before the Fedora review service was deployed to production? We got to 95% of the work together, and then I just finished it offline. Sorry about that. However, I successfully ran the script that we implemented together, and it commented on 77 tickets and triggered the Fedora review service for them, and it had the exact effect that we wanted it to have, which is it initiated conversations on those tickets. So several of those were mine tickets, so I noticed, oh, I still have this ticket open here. Also, I was a reviewer of some tickets, and people pinged me, hey, you are a reviewer of this ticket, do you want to finish the review, please? And I've seen some conversations on some other tickets, so it sparked conversations, which is great. We also found 3 bugs in the Fedora review service, which we may or may not fix. We got simpler reproducers for all of those, so it would be worth fixing. However, in the future, the Fedora review service is going to be replaced by, I guess, Package, and I guess their new project called Avant, I think. So I don't know if it is worth to invest development time in Fedora review service or not. We will need to think about that. However, as I said, it sparked conversations, and I have several tickets here open, and I need to go through them all and do something about them. I'm not exactly sure what, because I didn't investigate those tickets. So I thought maybe we could do it together in this video. So they are old tickets, and I'm not really sure in what states they are. Let's start with the first one, Python Flask Profiler. This is a ticket by me, actually. Yep. I wanted to get this into Fedora because we sometimes use this package to debug Copper, and it could be useful for us to not have to install it from PyPI. And now, what is the situation here? Because the build is passing. If we open the review template, I don't see any errors, so that's cool. And here is a review template from Benson. Do we see any exclamation? Yeah, we see exclamation mark here. And we see exclamation mark here. Okay, so we seem to have 2 problems with the package. Okay, I doubt it contains font files, but we will take a look at that. Okay, so maybe we can start here. The license seems straightforward because so it has MIT license, Apache license, so it needs to mention both. I guess I didn't do that. Okay. Now, I doubt I have that package anywhere on my file system. We can take a look into my RPM build specs Flask. Oh, I have it here. Nice. Cool. So Yeah, this was to test some stuff. Okay, we can remove this. Now, if I delete all of this and take the latest spec file from this build, will it be the same exact one, or does it have some additional changes? So we take this, put it here, save, and okay. Okay, so it's basically the same, only it doesn't have C Travis YAML. Okay, so we can have our latest version then. Now, is it possible that in the meantime a new version came out? It didn't. Okay. Maintenance of this package will be quite simple then. Now, okay, we mention license MIT here, and as we have seen in the license check output, somewhere here, review license check. Okay, it is MIT and Apache. Okay, and or, which means what exactly? I think if it's or, then we can just use MIT, right? Let's do maybe and like this. I don't know if is this an SPDX correct license. I doubt that. License validate. If we do this string, no valid license. Sure, that makes sense. SPDX Apache 2. Full name identifier is Apache 2, right? So if we do our license, this is valid. See the correct status code. So we can, I guess, do this, and then we can do oopsie daisy here. We need to do a license breakdown whenever we have a license, multiple licenses in, inside of the one package. We could do some, I know there is a system, some standardized system of setting what's this license under what, and it involves creating a directory inside of the upstream, right? It's inside of the upstream, so we cannot do that since we are not upstream. So I guess we need to do the license breakdown anyway, which I wanted to do anyway, by the way. So interesting that it is called like this. If we go to this directory and Flask profiler, static dist CSS main CSS, yeah. So if you don't mind, oh, but we have a PyPI source. Okay, we have a PyPI source, so that's a different situation then. Maybe we should go to PyPI and maybe we should download the Flask profiler Flask underscore profiler, right? This one. We should. It's this one. Interesting. Those are two different projects. So what is the home page? Profiler source code, I mean. Okay, those are two different projects. Cool. So we are interested in Flask profiler, which is actually 181 here. Interesting. Release history. Okay. So I guess we can do this 181, and if we download this tarball somehow, download files 181 tarball, sure. I will open it. Oops, oh my fuck, I'm recording my face the whole time. Shit, sorry. Anyway, I will keep it there. Whatever. You can jump to... You can only listen if you want to, or you can jump to this place and actually start. I'm so sorry about that. Fuck. Yeah. Anyway. We downloaded the tarball. So now we can open the tarball, right? So downloads Flask profiler. So what does the path to the main CSS looks like? It's this one. If I put it right like this, then okay, I would rather put the file name like this instead of the build directory there. So all files, the whole project is licensed under MIT. Except for this file, which is licensed under we can do whatever was written in the license check, which is this, I guess. If we open that file, do we see any licensed under MIT? A license under Apache. Very much confused about that. Okay, whatever. We used the stuff that license check says. I think we are golden, hopefully. I guess I don't have to put as many spaces here. Maybe just two, without spaces. Okay, cool. So we fixed our license and put a license breakdown here. The other thing that was problematic, since you didn't see it because I was recording only my face, the other thing was exclamation. So the license and yeah, bundling fonts. Do we do that? How can we check actually? Fonts. Okay. So should we just remove those? should we just remove those, or what should we do about that? Avoid bundling fonts. Fedora, if we try to look this, I don't know, can we just remove the fonts actually? We can try. So somewhere in build, you know what, we will build this locally and start from there. So rpm build bs, ba, rpm build specs flask, it should be here, python flask profiler, sure, this one. Couldn't download. Oh, we are downloading from GitHub? Really? Source. I'm confused. Do you have two sources? The project has unit tests, but we are not running them because they require Flask testing, which is not packaged into. Okay, cool. So do we need this source or do we not need this source? And we can do dnf build dep to this path, sudo, of course. Sure. Now we can ba that package, failed dependencies. And this one isn't packaged, which means we are screwed actually, or what? Sudo, dnf search flask grep http auth. It seems to be packaged. It cannot resolve the dependency, DNF, maybe. DNF install, if we install it manually, mock will of course be able to resolve it. Maybe this is just a DNF problem. BA, sure, okay, we are building and we built that package successfully. Now, rpmql qpl on that build package will show us all files installed by that package, and we have these fonts here. So I guess in our build phase we could also in our prep phase, but let's do the build phase actually. In that we should probably copy paste this, and this will be inside. Like I get, if we are looking at the tarball, we see it is Flask profiler. Okay, so it is Flask profiler, this one, slash this one, slash the static file. So we need to do I will copy paste it because I'm an idiot and I would write a typo there. So we'll take this stuff, put it here, slash, and we will rmrf Now, this will be our version, of course. Version. And we will rmrf, I guess, everything here. So we don't need the rf. This will be enough because we are removing just files, not directories. Maybe we will need to do also this. We will see. Okay. If we remove the fonts, now rpm build again, build that package, and we are getting errors. Cannot remove, no such file directory, which is weird. So is it possible that we are inside of that versioned path? Do we need to do just this? It would be weird to me, but it is possible. Okay, cool. So this was the correct one. If we do rpm, rpm qpl that we used before and do this one, we should see the fonts directory, probably. Grep fonts. It is still there. Wait, how is it possible? Is it because we need to remove it after the actual install? That's weird. That's not possible, right? I mean, we could do that, of course, but why? The build phase, except it, I don't know, it creates a build. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. It creates a build and then copies from the build. Okay. We will do it a bit differently. We will do it in the install. And we know it installs here. So we'll take this. Now, there is some Python sitelib macro. rpm eval. If we do this, yeah, okay. So correct syntax. If we do Python userlib, no. Site packages, site package, not like this. Okay. rpm show rc grep Python grep sitelib. Maybe it's sitelib. Yeah, I guess it's sitelib. This one, rpm eval this userlib site packages. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, we'll take this. Oops, I didn't want that. rm. So we will of course replace this path by the macros that we have, slash here, and everything. Okay. Maybe not. Yeah, everything. That's okay. Let's try again. rpm build. Okay. Now it complains that some files were not found, which means we successfully removed the files. Now the problem is, how the hell do we exclude the packages from here? Thinking about it, maybe, I'm not sure if we can use our remove approach. Maybe we can, maybe we cannot. I want to take a look at the we have the sources here, right? We can take a look at setup, maybe. Do they mention fonts somehow? They don't have PyProject, TOML, YAML, anything like that. Setup CFG, yeah, that's not helpful. So we only have the setup.py, which I guess doesn't actually do anything for us in terms of like having the possibility to not install the fonts. So we somehow need to figure out how to change this PyProject files macro to not contain those fonts. We need to Google, because I have no idea, and there is no documentation actually for RPM macros, or it is, but it sucks. So Fedora packaging PyProject files, maybe that would be nice. PyProject files. PyProject save files. We could probably edit the saved file, maybe. Yeah, it's file. So what is PyProject files actually here? So is that some file? Can we get that file? I guess we can, right? So in install, maybe, I guess. I've never done this before, but I suppose this is a path to a file. I hope it is. So if we, and let's do like echo foo here and echo foo again, so that we are sure where the output is. I have seen some foo, echo foo, and echo foo. Cool. So I guess we can remove any lines that contain this, for example, right? So we need some set for that, and I never remember the syntax, so we will do this. Show me a set command to remove lines that match pattern from a file. That match pattern. Yeah. Modify the file. Yep, we need to do that. Yep. Delete lines not matching pattern. Nope. Nope. We need this one. And it seems to be pretty straightforward. So we will do this. Can we? One last attempt. Maybe we can do something easier. Maybe we can remove here and then save files. Okay, maybe we can do that. Nope, we cannot do that. Okay, so we need to do our trick. So set from what file? This is of course this file. Now we have the pattern here. Our pattern is more complicated because it contains slashes, so we will need to escape them, right? So glyph icons and then dash asterisk We probably don't need to do that asterisk though. We need to escape these slashes, right? And yep, we are deleting it. Okay, cool. So let's try that. Yep. RPM QPL, I mean grep fonts, and there is this directory, but nothing else. Cool. Which means we can do this. Let's put a note. Remove font files. As per Fedora packaging guide Linus, we should not bundle font files. Cool. I guess this is good enough. We'll try one more time to build this. Okay, somewhere in Copper, I probably have a project for this, right? So we will take a look at that. I mean, we can do Copper Flask, that should be good enough. Flask profiler here. Okay, so to this project, we will try to build that package. So Copper build into this project, this spec file. Builds. We have a new one, nice. And we will need to wait until this finishes. And when this finishes, we will comment the new spec and new source RPM into that ticket. And that will be all for our Flask profiler ticket. I need to quickly write a message here. What time is it? Okay, so in half an hour we are going to finish probably. Okay. Okay, cool. How does it look like with our package? Okay, by the way, here it's really dark in here. I will adjust the lights. Give me a sec. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, cool. What about that package? Come on. Succeeded, nice. We can take a look. We didn't run a Fedora review here. It would be maybe useful, but that's fine. I'm getting spammed. Sorry. We will take this rawhide package. We'll go to that ticket. And did we thank for the review? We didn't. So we will thank the guy because he is doing the review in his free time. So we need to be appreciative of that. Hello. Thank you. Now we can take our, yeah, what's the correct syntax here? I guess it's source spec URL and serpm URL. We will do that like this, and we will use the new spec file, which is here somewhere. I'm blind. This one, copy here, and we will use the new source RPM, which is here. We will put it right here, and that's good enough. Okay, cool. Submit. We are locked out. Oh, I love Bugzilla so much. Okay, so we need to go to Bugzilla, log in, two 83107. Okay, cool. So we can close this one. I can copy this, refresh, put it here, and submit. Okay. Fedora Review Service will pick up on this command, automatically build the package for us again, run the Fedora Review tool on it, and so on and so on. So it will be easier for Benson to take a look and do another round of review. Anyway, we did this one. We will commit this. I have all my spec files that are not in Fedora. I have them in my spec files repository, so I can track them. So address, the package review notes, feedback would be better. Feedback, cool. Let's push this. Okay, cool. This one is finished then. We can close this, also this, and all of this, right? We talked about this ticket, but you didn't see my screen just yet. So yeah, this is the ticket we talked on the beginning, which means basically the Fedora Review Service commented and triggered for 77 builds and for 77 tickets listed here, so it was very, very useful. Let's close this. Yep, I have this for later, so okay. Another one. We are waiting for my review in this ticket. Okay, so the command or the tool is called retry. It's from Graham, and I was reviewing, and seemingly I was a little too picky because I didn't like this. That's just spec URL and source RPM URL. Okay. Yeah, that's just my blabbering about that. Group can be removed. Sure. Remove the sources should be indexed from 0. Should they though? I think maybe they are not anymore because I have source here. Oh, what idiot am I? Well, I would recommend the following URL. Okay, cool. Or even, okay, cool. So URL was a problem actually. Well, this is correct. I would recommend. Okay, so I was just recommending, so that's not a problem. Once you start, yeah, sure. Okay, so help also was a thing that I was interested in changing. Some suggestions, speculative things, really good. However, fix. So we had a problem with checksum. Okay, so that means we used a wrong source. Basically, the spec file was linking a source, and a totally different source was included in the source RPM package. I think that's the reason. So we're talking about that. Weirdness, spec URL and something. And now I commented. Didn't I +1 this already? When I do this, I usually just +1 this. Check this out. Detailed help. In this case, I'm giving +1. Hi Graham. I've sponsored you. Quick ping on this one. Okay, so this lost the +1. I did the +1 again? Okay, so the thing is, we reviewed this like 50 times already. The review output doesn't show any errors, right? The spec file was reviewed many times. Only the versions were changing, but only the versions were changing, but it shouldn't like require very much changes at or none at all of that package. So once this is reviewed, okay, so 106, this is the one, I guess. So the last source, if I look for spec URL and I look for the last one, it's this one, right? We will open this. Yeah, there is like nothing too concerning. Like, let's maybe download this and open this in an editor so that we can see the syntax and so on. Retry spec. So check this out. Sure, correct, Apache, correct. URL and source 0 is as I wanted it to be. This is also addressed. Description is a text now, so beautiful. Configure, make build, make install, sure, everything makes sense. Files, yep, it's just one binary and one man page, so makes sense. We have some docs. I would rather see this, right? But that's just a minor nitpick, so let's not even mention it because the review took long enough, and I think this this is good enough, right? The only problem is when adding a new file or removing a file, then you will change the whole line, it will be a little bit harder to diff. However, that's just a very minor thing. So basically just a preference, I would say. So everything looks really good here. So I guess we can +1 this again. What ticket was that? It was this one, right? I have too many Bugzillas open. Okay. As the original reviewer, would you like to review this package? Sure. Sure. The package still looks really good, and it is +1 from me. And we should post the review template that was generated by should. Okay, I need to censor this. I shouldn't show you my email. What am I looking for? Yep, this one. So we have the review template here, and it should be posted as a comment, right? So if we go to downloads, retry reviewed.txt, we need to basically edit this. So it doesn't, right? It successfully builds. We tried that. I can remove the note because it builds. We build it in Copper. Package is licensed in a compatible manner. Yep, it is. Matches the actual source. We should probably take a look at the source. So at the license, I mean. If we go here and open license check, shoot, there is a lot of licenses. But those are some stuff that are actually not installed by that package, right? So is it possible we discussed it already? We didn't, but I think personally this is okay because we are installing just that C binary, and that should be retry C. That one is Apache license, so I think this is okay. Yep, it doesn't do any weird stuff. No bundled, prescribed. Yep, it doesn't. Yeah, I guess it generates devel normally, since there is no macro to disable it. Nothing. Yep, sure. Consistently with macros. That's correct, sir. Package is named according to guidelines. Any conflict. Installs files where it should. It is not. Requires are correct. There are actually none. Only build requires. File is in English. It doesn't contain. Yep, it doesn't remove the debug info package. Package is not known. It doesn't use. It complies, so this is okay. Shoot items. Yep, it builds in mock because it built in Copper. Does not include license tag. It installs. It provides the license. Yeah, it's in copying, right? So we can maybe even take a look at the upstream project. So this is the URL. retry. What does the copying file say? There is a license, which is Apache license. Copying is Apache license. So, yep, that's cool. Final package provides, requires, yep, they are sane. I don't know if it functions as described. A latest package is described. I hope so, since we did 50 releases already. 106, that is correct, sir. Does not include, it doesn't, I don't know. Package should compile and build on all supported architectures. We didn't try, we tried only x86 64. Check. We don't have a check phase, so we can put an exclamation mark here, and it preserves. And that is good enough for me, actually. There are some spelling errors which std in and std out, std error are okay. No check section, yeah. That's just a should thing. So this is good enough. I'm saving these changes. And we are putting a Fedora Review plus flag here, saving the change. Okay, cool. So we reviewed this one and gave Fedora Review plus. We can close this. Now, what do we have here next? What is this? Some snake game I reviewed. Here, I think I'm a reviewer here, I think. At least I'm commenting here. I'm not sure if I am the, yep, assigned. I am assigned, yeah. So I'm a reviewer here. But there is no response from the contributor actually. And the source RPM is not downloadable, which means we are not going to work on this at all. Now we have Python dbus fast and color test. What is color test? Okay, so this is from Glaring Gibbon. I remember the person. We had some conversations on Matrix and so on. Yeah, we talked about stuff. I'm a reviewer here, I think. Possibly, maybe not, actually. Am I here? Yeah. So I blabbered about something. It was obviously... Oh, this was before I became a sponsor. Yeah, this was the first person I sponsored, maybe? Or wanted to sponsor, actually, and didn't. So no response from contributor. Still the same stuff. Mock review. So another review from Benson and some mock review again. Okay, so that's probably a bug in commenting, whatever. Benson, review service and review service. Okay, which means there is no response from the contributor. We can ignore this package safely. And we can take a look at the last one, which is Python dbus fast. And this one wasn't actually prompted by the Fedora review service process that we triggered. This was just release monitoring telling me that there is a new version of of this package in upstream, and that I should package it, right? I use this is a dependency for Qtile, that's why I'm packaging it. And I'm reluctant to release the package, the newest versions of that package into stable Fedoras, because if I ship too new version that is too new, and Qtile cannot work with that, then I'm screwed probably. So I am keeping the same version in the released Fedoras, and only build this in Rawhide, and then kind of make sure it works with Qtile, and then freeze it basically on given Fedora version. So for example, in Fedora 42, there is a specific version of Python dbus fast and of Qtile, and they will never change, basically. Only in Fedora 43, then there will be a new version of both of these, but they will be fixed again, and they will never change within Fedora 43. I guess that makes sense, right? So anyway, we have the package somewhere. It is already in Fedora, so it is not in my personal spec file directory. It is somewhere in git fedora python dbus fast, right? And whatever nonsense is here. Yeah, those are untracked. Okay, cool. I don't know why I have them here. Anyway, we can, if I do this, right, we can edit this here inside of Emacs, and we can open that spec file. So our last package version is 2.45.1, and it says there is a new version 3 something. We can take a look at the upstream 3.1.2, released 5 days ago. So we can bump spec, new version 3, whatever that was, 1.2, 3.1.2. Yepers. If we diff this, sure. Now, can we RPM build BS, which is a good short, right? BS. Hopefully we won't produce any BS. Python, this one. So it automatically downloaded the newest source for us. We have this. We have this source RPM. I want to build it in Copper first. So Copper Flask. No Flask. Fast. Dbus fast. Yep, this one. So as you can see, I built it 10 days ago with an older version. So we'll do the same again. Copper build into this project, this source RPM. Cool. We can open the link and wait until it finishes successfully, right? While waiting, we can do some additional work that would need to be done anyway. So we need to do fed package ls first. Fed package new sources. And what is the new source? It is some tarball 3.1.2. Jesus Christ. Yeah, 3.1.2. Okay, so ls grep this one. So why is there a git hash for that? That's weird. What is our source 0? It's tarball of version. Weird. Oh, sure. We didn't download the, yeah, because we did RPM build BS. It downloaded the sources into my home dir RPM build, not into this directory. So fed package source RPM will download the tarball here. So now ls grep, yep, and we have this here. So we can do fed package new sources, this one. We can also take a look if this was successful or not. Still building, cool. Fed package new sources. Unauthorized, so we need to do fk init, my username, put my fast password here, and also a token. Right. We have a new token, which is cool, and we can upload the new sources. It also changed the git ignore and sources, and we can add this spec file change that we did. So we can do git diff cached, and this is all the changes that we made, right? Auto-generated change in git ignore, auto-generated change in sources, and we changed the version here. So git commit, I guess, what is the new upstream version? Yeah, basically this is the syntax that we do. So what was the version? 3.1.2, right? Cool, this is committed. What does it look like here? Okay, it works here and doesn't work in Fedora 43? Come on. This is deprecated. Async IO is deprecated. Okay. So should we just skip one test, or is deprecated? Maybe we should take a look at the upstream of this project. If they have any issues that talk about this. Maybe we can look for Python 3.16 or this one. Nothing. Python 3.16. Nothing. Okay, so nobody complained. What is the situation here? How many tests passed and how many tests failed? Failures. Do we have only one failure? There should be some line like this, right? Starts. And there should also be one that marks the ending. And it should print the number of... Ah, here. Okay. All of those, okay, all of those failed. Okay, I will then create a new upstream ticket, bug report, basically. Let's copy paste. Let's copy paste this. I guess that would be good enough. Describe the bug. Is it a bug actually? Maybe it is not bug, right? We should have created maybe a blank issue. Blank issue. So once again, I am trying to build this package on Fedora 43, right? This is Fedora 43. Slow. Fedora 43, yep. 43, which has Python 3.16, and we are getting a and the build fails with however, deprecation warning. Should this error out because of a deprecation warning? Maybe. Coming from these tests. I guess this is a good enough report. I guess this is a good enough report, right? So we can create a ticket. I will take this ticket and put it here so that I remember. Also, I'm trying to build version of this package in Fedora. Now this is good enough. Alright, so we will not build this actually, we will wait until the upstream issue is addressed and then we will build this in the official Fedora repositories actually. So that's a good thing, we built it in Copper first and noticed that there is a problem. So until then, we can I reported an upstream ticket. I failed to build the package. Shit. And reported an upstream ticket. Like this. I failed to build a package and report an upstream ticket. So we can close this Bugzilla also, and once this upstream ticket gets addressed, we can build it in Fedora. All right, we are an hour in. This is very good. This is good enough. I'm very sorry for the fail at the beginning and recording only my face. So it was 10 minutes of yeah. Whatever, we cannot do anything about that. Anyway, thank you all for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.